Today we're going to be learning the thinking skill called analyzing perspective. And after I go through the process or the steps of actually doing it, then I'm going to actually do an example with you all. And then you all are going to do it with the pictures that we talked about yesterday. So let's pay attention to the PowerPoint and stop on the computers. Okay, analyzing perspective, like I said, is a thinking skill. This is a way of using your thinking by looking and analyzing from your point of view. So the definition of analyzing perspective is the act of describing reasons for a personal point of view as well as for point of views of others. So it's just not looking at something, but also understanding or having a reason why you might look at something the way you do. All right, so the process of analyzing perspectives. First, what you're going to do, you're going to identify your own perspective. And what we're going to be doing, yesterday I introduced some photographs for you all to look at. And what I wanted you all to do is look and see what kinds of math could be applied in that particular scenario. We're going to be looking at the same photographs today, and what I want you to do is identify your own perspective. Okay? And once you identify your own perspective, you're going to then determine the reasons or what's the logic behind your thinking or the logic behind your point of view. Then what you're going to do, you're going to identify the perspective of another person, and which I will talk to you about a little later. And then after that, you're going to try to determine, you're going to put yourself in that person's shoes and try to determine why they might be thinking that way. Why would they see it from their point of view? Okay? So yesterday, we have this picture of the woman in the bakery. Y'all remember this? Okay? So what I'm going to do, yesterday you wrote down math, you know, whatever you saw, what could math be applied. But today we're going to be focusing on a little bit more specific details. So when you all do your final project of creating your word problem, your word problems will be a little bit more cohesive. Your math problems would make sense according to the scenario that you all create. This example, okay? And I'm going to model it from my point of view. All right, so what if I am the person in line? So this is what I would be thinking. This is the kind of math that will be relevant to me, that would make sense or be personal to me. So what I would want to know is, okay, I want to know what discounts or sales might be available. I want to know how much money did that woman get to pay for her 5 loaves of bread. Now I see all the bread in the very back. I want to know what kinds of choices I get to make and what kind of combinations I get to put together if I were to buy some of the bread. I want to know how long I'm going to wait in line. You know, because there might be 10 people in front of me and I only have like 15 minutes to get back to work. I want to know how long I'm going to have to stay. Let's see. What else could I, from my perspective, that would be relevant to me? I want to know if they have any coupons. Okay, so that would be math that would be relevant to me. All right, now the reason why those I would be interested in is because I'm the customer. I have to pay some money out. I want to know if I get to save some money. I want to know if I keep buying bread, will they give me a discount, or, you know, keep up with a little coupon card. I'm on my lunch break. I want to know if I'm going to be able to get back to work on time. So that's why I would look at it from that perspective. Now, what if I was the cashier? What if you were the cashier? What kinds of math would be relevant to her, from her perspective? So, if I was a cashier, I would be thinking, well, how many customers am I going to have to serve today? Or did I make sure that I offer the discounts and sales that my manager told me to offer to the customers? Did I give the customer the right change? Did I tally up the right, did I include the discount in the bill? Or, do I even make enough money for this job? Or do I get to have a full shift this week? Or do I only get to work 8 hours this week? So those will be relevant from the cashier's point of view. Does that make sense? All right, so depending on your point of view will depend on what kinds of math will be relevant, or that's what kind of math you might be seeing. So what we're going to do today, we're going to be looking at those photographs from yesterday, and we're going to look at different perspectives. Okay? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, so remember, while we look, we're looking for math. So what are your three perspectives so far? What's your perspective?
Yeah, we keep coming. Will we get a discount on the bread? Will we be able to get delivery? And is the bread worth the price?
Okay. And why would you? And what's your reasoning?
We may have like a special occasion coming up, or we may be in a rush to go somewhere.
Well, I don't think.
Okay, so what does the rush have to do with
That's what
discounts?
I was saying. Why I was saying that is because maybe they were trying to cheat us out our money or something. Because I said, is the bread worth the price? Because the bread could have been better at another place or something.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So those go along with your questions, and your perspective would be, we'll get a discount based on appearance. Will there be a delivery? Is the bread worth the price? Okay. What else? Okay. Question: what kinds of bread will be sold and how many? Who would ask that question?
The owner.
The owner would, right? So what kind of question if you were the customer?
How much it costs.
How much it will cost? What else would you want to know?
What kind of ingredients are in it, or vitamins and stuff, if it's healthy.
Okay, but let's talk about math.
How much does it weigh?
Okay, how much does it weigh? Because it would determine how much you'll pay, right? Okay, so what's your perspective?
What kinds of bread will be sold and how many were sold?
Okay, and why? What is your reasoning for that perspective?
There is different prices for the bread, but how much will the cashier get from it, the bread that was sold?
Okay, but from your perspective, how is that relevant to you? Or how's that personal? Why would you see that if you were a customer going into?
Because there are different stores and people might not want to go to this main store. They could go to another store to get some bread.
Okay, all right.